Hi, you guys. Take a moment and enjoy this footage from a live we did inside our private Facebook group for stylists, where we're doing the smoothing treatment. We're doing max reduction, meaning we're going to reduce her curl about 40% so that she can have manageability and her silk press can last longer and she can beat this Florida heat. So step one, and let me just, you guys, this is going to be very raw because this is a 19-minute video and I don't want to keep starting over to edit. Okay. So step one, we actually deep cleansed her hair with the step one shampoo clarify. Now I am going on and adding the treatment. So that's a smoothing treatment in the jar. And then the gold bottle is our VitaSilk Nourishing Oil Serum. It's our newest formula, and it is so, I really, really love this product. A little bit goes a long way. But we added to the treatment. You can either add it on the hair before or just a few pumps in a treatment. You can add this to relaxer and color because it adds a level of nourishing and bond repair inside of the service. So we're dealing with amino acids in the treatment, which is powered by sugarcane cysteine. And just having that VitaSilk in there adds a little more nourishment. So I'm applying the treatment and I'm working the product through. And I know I'm going to get a lot. Oh, it's like it is not like a relaxer. It's a different science, different science, different ingredients, and the technology is completely different. So I am working this product through her hair, and then she's going to go under the dryer. But let's just talk about cysteine really quick. It is an amino acid. So what makes it different from a keratin treatment? Well, keratin molecules are created with cysteine amino molecule. So it's a more refined ingredient. And the difference between cysteine and keratin is that cysteine actually builds. So it has two functions. So just this application alone is going to restore and rebuild the bonds in her hair as well as create new bonds. So cysteine is actually a natural plant-based bond builder, okay? Keratin just strengthens. And when used in a treatment or some type of smoothing treatment, it fills the cuticle and they have active ingredients that seals the cuticle. But in this particular treatment, cysteine has two functions: the restoration and strengthening of the hair, stopping breakage at the molecular level, as well as being able to rebuild new bonds and shift the shape of the hair. So she's processed under the dryer for 30 minutes, and now I'm rinsing her out at the bowl. This is our maximum reduction technique. This is if you want the treatment to last the longest. This treatment will last about 4 to 6 months. On average, our clients come in about 5 to 6 months, some sooner that were former relaxer clients. But I'm rinsing the treatment out. There's no leave-in or anything in her hair because while I'm smoothing, I just want whatever treatment that has been deposited into her hair. That's the only interaction I want with the heat. So I'm using the blowout brush by SilkOut System to just stretch her hair out so that I can go in and do the smoothing. So I've blow dried her. Now I'm doing what we're calling the passes, okay? Passes are important because the treatment is heat activated. The smoothing process is heat activated. So if I only just place her under the dryer and rinse the product out, it will not alter or shift her shape of her curl pattern, but it will nourish and condition her hair. So this is the second benefit. So she's getting the nourishment. Now we are using the heat, and I'm doing about 4 to 5 passes because it is intentional that we are reducing her curl pattern because this is going to help her style last. You know, this is for someone who wants to wear their hair straight and is not married to their curl pattern. Even though it's not going to damage her curl pattern, you can safely shift the shape of the hair and not damage the hair. And I won't even argue with you because I have scientific proof. But this is the technique. So don't worry about how much heat we're putting on her hair. You'd be surprised how much heat our hair can actually stand, especially when it's prepared and treated properly. This is part of the technique that we're doing to soften her hair. And this is going to allow for her to have one, even when she's at home doing wash and goes or twist outs or what have you, she'll actually be able to work through her hair so much easier because it won't be knotting. It controls frizz, helps seals the cuticles. So she'll have a lot more manageability. So it's not a relaxer. It will not straighten her hair. It does not take the elasticity out of the hair. You'll see when we rinse this out, she's going to have a lot of bounce back, and it's just going to be a lot more manageable. So this is where we are with technology and hair care, and this is why I love this treatment. So mind you, my disclaimer, this is raw footage. I'm not an expert content creator. This is actually downloaded videos from a live in our private Facebook group for professionals where I do live demos inside that group. But I decided to repurpose this content so I can use it on other platforms. So I'll get better as time goes. But back to this. So now that I've done all the passes, I'm now just trimming her. I'm using this opportunity to go ahead and shape her hair. I'm very conservative with the trim unless it's very necessary. I explained to her grandmother, this is a teenager, I explained to her grandmother when she comes back before school, she needs about another half an inch, to 3/4 inch cut off. But we went conservative, and then hopefully she returns and she gets a little bit more trimmed off. And do you believe she had the nerve to tell me she was going to a water park in 2 days? I was like, no, you're not. So is it waterproof? No. Does it help you fight humidity? Yes. Okay. So I think the misconception is that, you can get your hair wet and it stays straight. No, that's not going to happen. And let's just talk about this real quick. The alteration of the curl is permanent. So in 6 months, when ideally we redo a treatment, we will be focusing on smoothing the new growth. It is a permanent shift in the hair. Do we have a temporary version of this treatment? Yes, you would use less heat and we have a different technique. But this particular technique is for your straight natural. This is for the, the client who enjoys wearing their hair straight but they don't want a relaxer and they don't want to fight with reversion. And you'll see that once we rinse this out and come back for her silk press finish, it's going to be so much easier and so much quicker. But this is part of the process. So we're rinsing the actual, from the smoothing, we're doing a rinse. And you guys are going to see how her hair reverts right here at the shampoo bowl and how much it's not straight. It's how much more her curl is open, which this allows for the manageability. So a lot of natural do not enjoy their hair because they can't do anything with it. It's a little bit too much for them. And if you can manage your hair, that's fine. But there are a lot of customers that come and they're on the brink of a relaxer. And so this is a great option to help them enjoy, their curls even better. So you see how her hair reverted. It's not damaged. All right. And it's not as tight as it was in the beginning. Somewhere on here, I insert a shot. And I'm doing just a light shampoo with our balance wash just to get any residue from the cysteine out because the treatment is done. And then we're going to go in with step 3. So excuse my camera angles, girls. I'm moving the camera from the shampoo bowl over to my station and all around the salon. So this is what you would consider raw footage. And I'm still learning how to edit. And I've pulled together actually it's about 4 lives pulled together. So I'm rinsing the shampoo out and I'm going to go in with step 3, which is the moisture balance mask. The moisture balance mask is very important to this treatment because it helps to rebalance the pH. It has a pH of 4.5 to 5. And it is important that you use the mask after the treatment because the treatment is acidic and it leaves it in a lower pH. So you see how tight her hair was before and now you see the looseness of it. So she does not have to have a silk press. Here I'm putting on the moisture balance mask. And this is going to sit at the bowl for about 10 minutes. But she does not have to leave with a silk press. I have some clients that just leave with a wash and go or a twist out because they have that much more manageability. But her style choice was the silk press. So let's say you were loosening the curl, controlling the frizz on a different texture of hair. Some of those clients, you'll see me post just the curly wash and go, and it looks nice and silky. They've got a treatment, but they did not leave with the silk press. They left with a wash and go. But she's leaving with a silk press, and you see her hair is still thick, it's still full. Sorry for this angle. Like I said, I was at the shampoo bowl, and I have different phone holders all over the salon to try to grab the different angles, as you can see. So I'm moving it back to my station. Okay, so now I'm doing her silk press finish. Like I said, it's optional. We could have did a twist out. We could have did a wash and go, but for some people, they want the finished look. So this is now we're doing the silk press. You see how much easier it is for me to blow dry her hair and how much quicker because we have that control in the hair. So I've blow dried her hair with our blowout cream and some replenish and a little bit of our polish. All of these have heat protector. So our replenish leave-in moisturizer also has heat protector, but it's great on natural or silk press hair. The blowout cream, and people think it's heavy because it's a cream. It's not. It's very light. It adds a lot of body to the hair. Also has heat protected, and our polish is like a silkening drops. And I put about a drop inside of my blowout cream and massage it through the hair, and get it in sections and get to work. So I'm good on the wrist with the blow dryer, and we're just smoothing it out. Yes, there's that steam. That's not smoke, that's steam. And anytime you're converting water, drying water, it converts to steam. But she has heat protectant on her hair. She just got treated with the cysteine treatment. So her hair is in really, really great shape and much better shape than when she came. So next time she comes, if she, hopefully she comes back, then it's just a simple silk press process. And we recommend our restorative conditioning treatment at about the 8 to 10 week mark to just restore balance of moisture and protein in the hair, which helps preserve the treatment. And it helps our clients actually go the 4 to 6 months. I have clients that even come maybe every 8 months to a year. It just depends on what their level of control is, and comfortableness with their new growth determines how often they get the treatment. But nobody I have gets the treatment more than 3 months, except a few of my previous relaxer clients who are used to having their roots under control all the time. So they're about 3 to 4 months, and I have a special technique that I do with them, and they are generally straight naturals. They're not interested in their curl pattern. And you can have straight hair and it still be healthy. Okay, you can alter the curl and it still be healthy. And when I did relaxers, I'm not anti-relaxer, but I was a relaxer educator for years. My relaxer clients had healthy hair, but because I created the smoothing treatment, that's the service we offer in the salon. And it's been great here in Tampa because there's a lot of humidity here and a lot of naturals here, and a lot of people that have moved from other places that have really had a hard time finding someone to treat their natural hair. So we're a treatment-based salon here in Tampa. We started in Los Angeles, and now I've relocated to Tampa. So SilkOut Bar Tampa is where you can find me for a little while. My goal is to train, get these girls on the treatment because they are missing out, honey, and I can't do everybody and run SilkOut. Okay, so I have a very, very limited schedule. But if you're watching this video, you guys, and you like this type of content, we plan on doing more. I plan to get better. I know I need to be using the front facing part of the camera for better lighting. I'm going to work on that on the next couple of videos moving forward. But you see how easy that blow dry was? Like and subscribe to this video. Let us know, comment, ask questions, if you need a SilkOut Pro near you. we have a salon locator where you can find someone near you. And this treatment is a game changer. Customers are super, 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 super happy with the results. And they're like, where has this been all my life? Where was this 10 years ago when I was natural? And actually, this is our 9th year anniversary. So, um, not only did I create the system, but I'm constantly amazed with the results. So we have our own irons as well. This is actually our titanium iron we haven't had this in stock for a couple years, but we may run this back soon. I just found mine in my travel box and travel bag and decided to pull it back out. And you're going to see me do a demo here of our new edge control called Silk FX. But she's under the dryer, just drying her scalp off because, when you do a lot of blow drying, sometimes the scalp retains moisture or the body temperature is elevated. So everyone asks me, why'd you put her under the dryer during the live after you blow dried her? Just to bring that body heat on her scalp down and make sure there's no damp spots. So when we go to doing the silk press, she gets, she doesn't get any scorching. So that's our pomade. That's like, it's kind of similar to a press cream, finishing cream. And I'm using a tiny smidget around her hairline so that when I press it into her hairline, it helps that area stay longer. We have to have our essential products that we need to style our hair as well. But one thing about our smoothing treatment, I put this system together exclusively for our clients' texture hair. It can be used on all hair types, but I wanted to make sure we had a treatment that was created for our hair. I've used a lot of keratin treatments. I've been on that scene since 2009, and I could get great results, but there was always something missing for me and my clients, and I always had to compensate or mix 2 or 3 lines together. So when I created SilkOut System Smoothing Treatment, I created everything that was needed, and trust me, it is truly a game changer. So now I'm going in doing soft press at the root and 1 pass with the flat iron for the silk press. And then I'm just going to go in and take larger sections and bevel it out on the ends. I don't always use the ceramic pressing comb, but on certain textures, I have to whip it out because, the goal is to, give the client what they're paying for to make sure that their service lasts. So I know I'm going to get a lot of comments. Oh, there's too much heat, too many passes. Oh, you're damaging her hair. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. 35 years at this. I know what I'm doing. And like I said, our hair is stronger than many people think it is because this treatment does not cause any damage. So this is a SilkOut FX, you guys. This is our new edge control. Everyone loves this. Like, we literally just dropped this like a week ago. It's water-based. It's not sticky. It's not tacky. And it helps, soften and mold those edges. And so, and it leaves a matte finish. So now I'm just going through with this is the titanium iron. And I'm doing, you see the large sections I'm doing, just turning the ends under. And this will be her finish. So comment, let me know what you think. And I'm going to drop the links below if you're a stylist and you want to get certified, or if you're a customer who's looking for a SilkOut Pro that offers a treatment in your area, you can click the links in the bio.